and those ribs are looking good. And I paused it and I came back and I hit the play button and it just stopped. But I don't even know where we were. I remember, with all due respect to Mr. Tyson, right? With all due respect, but this needs to be said.
69. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin laid down what are called corner reflectors. Light coming in from any direction will reflect back exactly parallel to the direction the light came in.
How? It's a 1.3 second delay for the light to get there. So they got to shoot it 1.3 seconds kind of ahead of where it's going. And then it bounces and look.
And so you come back to Earth, beam a laser out of your telescope, check the flash on its way back, time it, and there you have it. We confirm.
And that's the explanation. That's how easy. Evidence time. I'm calling all of this out, right? Because this 11 minutes.
That in fact, the moon is spiraling away from Earth, as it's been doing for billions of years. The moon used to be much closer and much bigger in the sky.
How do we know? Knowing that there are no lasers bouncing off of the moon, how do we know what the moon is doing? I'm being deadly serious. All of those who know, got common sense enough to know that 6 successful moon missions were impossible between 1969 and 1972, folks. Apollo 13. That was the mission. That was the mission.
All right, well, that's one thing that slows down the rotation of the Earth. Other things can slow it down or speed it up. For example, earthquakes, continental drift, shifts placement.
Rubbish. Asteroid. Now, that's the size of Hawaii. That is going to be more substantial than an earthquake. Doesn't matter what he says. If it's tectonic plates, this thing listen, it does not matter. This is how big planet Earth is. Look, earthquakes, the ring of fire. It's like that. There are always earthquakes, and at any one time there are 30 to 40 volcanoes erupting at any one time. Got an app on my phone. We don't go more than half an hour without there being a tremor somewhere on this planet, okay? Earthquakes do not speed up or slow the planet down.
Of mass on Earth's surface. You say, well, so it's still just a sphere, but no. You can picture an ice skater. They go into sort of a slow spin with their arms extended, and then they slowly bring their hands in, and they speed up.
So we're comparing earthquakes on the surface of our planet, right, to a figure skater with a third of their body out and bring it back, and it speeds them up. And you're trying to make that sound like it explains an earthquake and why it...
What they've done is they've brought mass of their body closer to the rotation axis. When you do that, a fundamental law of physics kicks in, the conservation of angular momentum. And so if you shrink an object, bringing your mass closer to the axis of rotation, you will speed up. Conversely, if you spread the mass farther out, you'll slow down. Other things, the migration of animals can affect the rotation of the Earth. Migrations typically occur north-south. Well, if you're going south,
You have got to be kidding me. What?
things, the migration of animals can affect the rotation of the Earth. Migrations typically occur north-south. Well, if you're going south, you're taking mass that's otherwise on Earth's surface and moving it farther away from the rotation axis as you...
I am speechless. The migration of animals traveling south from the north. How about all of the traffic going up and down the I-95? How about Niagara Falls and all of that water? How about traffic in general? Do we think all of the traffic in one day traveling from the north of the US to the south of the US is going to slow the planet down? Because that is way more than the amount of animals migrating. This, okay, but there would be traffic going north as well. See, I'm on it. Christmas time. Listen, folks, this, no es posible. No es
approach the
posible.
equator. You'll come to the equator, Earth will slow down, and then you go into the southern hemisphere, Earth speeds up again. Let's see, other things that can affect Earth's rotation, definitely the melting of polar ice. Not only in Antarctica, but in Greenland. This is miles of ice.
I'm sure he's making it up as he's going along. Miles of ice. That smoky paper that covers all of the ice. I'm talking the height. Look how big it is compared. People going, yeah, but that isn't. Shut up. I am talking, keeping things to scale. I am rattled. This cannot be happening.
That as it melts during our episodes of climate change, that water flows back into the ocean, creating a different distribution of mass on Earth's surface. Anything that goes from the pole towards the equator will slow down Earth's rotation. So yes, climate change is another force that will slow down our rotation. And so too can our liquid core. Earth has a heat source left over from its formation and from the decay of radioactive materials. That has liquefied the core, and you have movement in the core. That's what gives us our
Benefit of the doubt. Common sense and logic. Molten core, liquid core, it could change a reaction. Yes, I'll give him that one. It's the only one so far.
magnetic field, the movement of conducting metals within the core of the Earth. That changes where the mass is. All of these phenomena can either speed up the rotation of the Earth and slow it down. You can ask by how much? Tiny amounts, milliseconds. Millisecond is 1,000th of a second, and often it's just fractions of a millisecond. Now, some of the headlines I've seen are Earth is speeding up and we don't know why, and it's mysterious.
Earth. The momentum involved in this planet spinning, right? Ice displacement. Nothing's going to slow it down. If the moon hit it, maybe. Where's my moon? Where is my moon?
Really? I call that clickbait. It's
Yeah,
possible to not know why something is happening. yet have it not be mysterious at all. For example, let's say you own 3 dogs, and you go out for dinner with your loved one, and you come back, and you find pee in the kitchen floor. You don't know which dog did it, but it's not mysterious. Not knowing something is not the same thing as something being mysterious. Not knowing what is the smoking gun that's speeding Earth up one day versus another does not make it mysterious. It means let's go to all the factors that we know of. Could there be a...
This is man-made climate change. Earth is not speeding up and slowing down every now and again. There is too much mass. It doesn't have a handbrake, a little accelerator, and there's a little pygmy somewhere going, "Oh, slow it down a little bit. Speed it up a little bit." This is insane. This is borderline insane. I will take this. All due respect, Mr. Tyson, your sources are wrong. But it sounds to me like it's coming from you. I'm calling it out.
A factor we haven't considered yet? Maybe, but unlikely, because we've been in the business of doing this for 50 years. The universe brims with mysteries, don't get me wrong, but
they know everything. If planet Earth was speeding up or slowing down, it's like climate change. The variables involved, the only one that even comes close to being feasible is something to do with the core, that might reverse or something like that. But all of the stuff on the surface, give me a break.
forces that are altering Earth's rotation are not among them. This is tracked daily. We compare the rotation of the Earth to the atomic.
Show how you compare daily rotational movements to the atomic clocks. Show it. Explain it properly. Not like I do on the blackboard. Show. Take us to the places. Take us to where they develop the Hubble and the James Webb Space Telescope pics. Honestly, guys, this right here, if this is not the smoking gun that people have been looking for, we are lost.
Atomic clock daily, and we know these numbers, and they're fractions of a millisecond. Are they accumulating in one direction or another? Are they just canceling each other out from day to day? Of course, there's going to be a day in the year that has more of a shift than other days. That's how data work. You're going to make a federal case out of it? You're going to make a headline of it? Biggest shift of the year? Yeah, every year has a biggest shift. In each direction, there's a biggest shift. I think someone found out they can make clickbait out of it, and that's what we're in the middle of right now. So, rest calmly, tonight or any other night, because the daily changes in the rotation of the Earth, first, as I said, we only really care about it when it's accumulated a second, and then we throw in or take out a leap second. But,
show us. Physically show us how and with what that is worked out. Take us back to the 1950s. Show us how the atomic clocks. You guys haven't seen a thing, and listen to this garbage. Neil, I am sorry. With all due respect, I am calling this out because animals migrating slow the freaking planet down?
I'm pretty sure there's nothing in your life, as there's nothing in my life, that requires that I keep track of time to the millisecond. So just contemplate the fact that we are on a spinning planet.
The ribs can wait.
In orbit around the sun, like a pirouetting dancer.
What? Is he trying to steal my Earth is a water planet with a molten core in an elliptical orbit around an unpredictable star? Don't even try taking that off of me.
Patient of the Earth? First, as I said, we only really care about it when it's accumulated a second, and then we throw in or take out a leap second. But I'm pretty sure there's nothing in your life, as there's nothing in my life, that requires that I keep track of time to the millisecond. So just contemplate the fact that we are on a spinning planet in orbit around the sun, like a pirouetting dancer in a cosmic ballet, choreographed by the forces of gravity. Until next time, keep looking up.
I don't care where this goes. Neil, Mr. Tyson, that is an insult to people's intelligence. Animals migrating. 12,742 kilometers in diameter. And you think that animals migrating is gonna slow the freaking planet down? My God. Like I said, with as much respect as I can possibly give to that. Anytime, anywhere, my common sense versus your science. Layers, peeps.